Morning guys, Thursday the 18th of June 2020. So it's actually 12:15 in the afternoon. I've just had a bit of a lazy morning this morning, just chilling out at house, in the house. However, we haven't had any rain, we still didn't get the promised thunderstorms, and it's still extremely hot. Even in the shade, with a bit of cloud cover, it's 28.3 degrees shown in the polytunnel here. It's absolutely boiling. So what it is, I've came up here and I thought, right, okay, I need to keep on top of the plants. So we've just came in here and give everything a bit of a haircut. So I'm just going to spin you around and give you a little bit of an update in here, guys. So as you can see, guys, we've been cutting all the foliage back again, all the way up. We want these trusses to now fill out with tomatoes and start to bulk up and ripen. So we cut all the unnecessary foliage back, and we're only leaving the tomatoes with a few leaves on the top. I reckon between 3 and 5. But as you can see, for the size of this plant, it's had an extreme haircut, but it's still thriving. And this is just the way I do things, guys. And sometimes I will leave, like on this one here, I haven't cut the entire leaf off. This was draping over the actual truss, so it's going to stop the sunlight getting to the tomatoes to ripen them when they do come. So we've just literally cut it back halfway. Likewise with this one here, it's only halfway. So left a little bit of greenery on so they can still photosynthesize. And then on the tops, we don't touch the top ones because that's still growing. So that's what we've done. So yeah, moving on, you can see we've got a lot of tomatoes on this one here now, on these trusses here. Lots and lots of tomatoes, only small at the moment. I'm not sure how big these get, but yeah. There's actually one little bit of a leaf I've missed there, but it won't do any harm. But again, you can see how severely I'm cutting these back, and I leave about an inch sticking out from the stalk, and then I just use scissors to cut them. I don't try to snap them off because you'll damage the plant basically. So just a nice clean cut, and then as you can see, there's loads and loads of trusses on this tomato plant, guys. And then another one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 already, and in fact there's 5. There's one up here as well. But what you can see is I leave the top few leaves. I've even actually snipped that one off as it was coming over here somewhere into the path area. And basically I've done that with every tomato plant all the way right along. And you can see there's literally 2 or 3 leaves left on that one. And likewise here. Just wanted to show you this, guys. I'm not sure if I'm actually starting to get some butternut squash here now, guys, but look at this. You can see the size of these. I believe these are the ones that I did actually pollinate, hand pollination. Now I've never seen anything that big on here before, so I'm really hoping that I've actually got it pollinated and we may get 1 or 2 butternut squash. Just for the hell of it, because I've never grew them. Again, I don't eat those, but I just like growing stuff, and as long as it doesn't go to waste and other people eat it, that's fine. But there's one up here even bigger. Look at this. So I'm hoping that they have been successfully pollinated, and that this is actually going to go into a butternut squash. So the father-in-law was telling me that if you take the top off the plant, the ones to get the butternut squash are on the tendrils. Now I've cut a lot of tendrils off, but this particular one here I had missed, and I've actually just tied it onto the side of here and I might run it down there and see what happens, because the plants are really thriving. It doesn't matter how severe you cut these things back, they just keep going and going. And then likewise I've got another tendril here that's come up that I noticed was laying on the ground, so I've picked it up, I've literally tied it around the framing, and then we'll run it up here, and likewise we'll just see what happens, guys. See if we get anything. Now I'm pretty certain that I did pollinate this one here and that one there, so we'll just see if they start to develop as well. I suppose it depends on whether the pollination was successful or not, but so we'll just wait and see. So we'll see how that goes, guys. Everything looking okay in here. Again, these are the really big super steak tomatoes, these ones. You may remember I got them out of Morrison's, 80 pence each or something like that, I can't remember. But you see again, I cut them back, leaving just an inch on the stalks. These are a very bushy variety, or appear to be. The foliage that comes out on these is horrendous. How a tomato would ever ripen on these without control, I do not know. So anyways, you can see again, this is actually forked off now, here and here, and it's got trusses on both. And I was toying with the idea of cutting one out, but I thought, you know what, we'll just leave it to split, and we can easily run another string from up here down and tie the two up. So it isn't a big deal, we'll just let it do its own thing. And likewise here, you can see I've cut them back really severely. These have really come on in leaps and bounds. These have caught the other tomatoes up on the other side. But you can see the size of the flower heads on these as well, guys, so it does look like that they will turn out to be big tomatoes. And again, this one here has split itself into two, and it's still putting out trusses all over the place on both. So again, we'll put another string up and we'll string that one up as well. Now you may remember the suckers. Look at them now, guys. I've got strings on them all now. They're getting that big, and even these, you'll see, I've cut back. I've took all the bottom foliage off. It's not necessary. It's not necessary at all. But because there's only two on there, I've left that one for the time being until it starts to put out a bit more foliage on the top. This one here hasn't got a truss yet, but if you remember, this is the one that I said it's not looking too clever, but I think it will make it. Well, it did. So that was the smallest of them all. And then we've got another one here. Again, I'm having to string them up now. They were starting to fall over. And these are all suckers, guys, off the other plants. So we're going to see how they do. Never grew tomato plants from suckers before. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should give us a good sample of how this pans out and whether they do actually produce fruit. Alright, guys, quick update. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, guys, so I'm having to use the other phone to record this, but I've finally got the outdoor camera functioning and connected to the little MiFi on the EE sim. Now, there's quite a time lag on it because it is only a mobile device, and I'm not getting full 4G, but obviously I'm at least getting a connection now, when I was able to connect the camera to the mobile phone. So there we go, guys, in motion. But I'm still going to set up the other camera anyways. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, guys, so we've got the camera set up finally. Took some doing, but we've got it set up. So I'll just give you a quick look at these. As you can see, they've already got established, well rooted and lovely and green, standing up proud. Even the cauliflowers that I planted, even the one that was almost dead has perked up and got itself established. Now that's the one there that the birds had pulled out and left on the top for dead. So all we can do now is wait and see how this goes, guys. So you can probably see it's looking a bit dull and overcast, and it is sort of threatening rain. We still haven't got any. It's a little bit cooler, I'm pleased to say. That's about the only thing. But yeah, still praying for the rain, guys. I'm not sure if you can see down here, but you can see where something has been digging right along this edge. And then it's probably not very clear in the woodchip, but there's indentations all over here. Really big indentations. Now obviously the other camera can't see, the other camera on the garage can't see around the back of here. But likewise guys, look, right up at this edge here. I have a feeling it is a mole, or at least there's a mole as well. And as you can see, this is sort of raised up, which would sort of like being pushed from underneath, so that would sort of indicate it's a mole. And then if you look in this top corner here, it's cleared this entire corner out. But then if you look at this bush, look at this, it's just flattened out. What the heck would be that big that would flatten that down entirely? I don't know. See if we can find out, guys. Like I said, I'm going to set up the little wildlife cam as well. And I'm thinking of maybe fixing to this tree here and looking up here. I'm trying to, I'll need to find out the best location to try and put the camera. Perhaps even on this stick here, looking down there, but take the bin out of the way, something like that. I don't know. Or even on that back post over there, looking down the entire length of here. I'll give you a look around when we get sorted, guys. Bye. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've set up the little wildlife camera in this corner here on this post. It's sort of semi-hidden behind this, and I've got it at a lower level instead of being right up here. Got it down at a lower level. Now it's on motion detect. The problem with that is, of course, if we've got a couple of nettles here just blown in the wind, it's liable to trigger it, but it's just going to keep going round in a loop. We'll just see if we catch anything at all. But basically, to give you an idea, this is the so that's the sort of angle it's looking. It's at least it's looking over in that area there, where there's quite a bit of digging going on. So we might find out what the culprit is. It's just another angle to try and capture it at. Alright guys, so we've sort of got this area covered, and then from the camera up there we've got actually it's a wide angle camera, so we've actually got quite a good area covered around here. Alright guys, another little couple of jobs jobbed, as I say. See you later, bye. Okay guys, so just back in the shed, final roundup, just having a quick cup of coffee before I leave, go for something to eat. So yeah, just a nice leisurely afternoon. It's still only 3 o'clock, and as I said, in until about 12:15. So just a couple of little jobs jobbed, trimmed all the tomato plants back, done a quick check on those. Over in the garden, checked on the plants we planted yesterday, and took a little bit of fiddling getting the IP camera set up using just a mobile phone, because you've actually got to use your mobile phone, which produces a scan code which you then show to the camera. And because the Wi-Fi was on the inside and the connectors with the blinking lights, I couldn't see the blinking lights, so I had to guess that they were working. And that the camera had managed to scan the barcode, and it took several attempts at doing that before I finally got it to recognise the barcode. And then what that does is the mobile phone pairs the camera to the Wi-Fi and sends the password to it so that it can actually connect up. And that took numerous goes before we got there, guys, because purely I was on the outside showing the scan to the camera, and I couldn't see inside whether the LED light was turning green and flashing. So I couldn't, and he kept asking me, is it flashing? Well, of course, I was saying yes, and then when I was going in there, it wasn't. So I didn't know whether the camera, and it didn't bleep or make a noise to tell me that it actually scanned it successfully. So it was trial and error, but we got there in the end. But the quality of the image from that camera is superb for the price of it. I think it was about 34 quid. And of course it's waterproof and it's Wi-Fi. And that was the only possible way. And then of course I've got the solar system linked up to a 12-volt battery through the solar charger, which drops the amperage down, and it draws about 1 amp, that camera. But I've also put it into sleep mode, so it goes to sleep and it's not gobbling data all the time. And I've set it to send me alerts, and set the motion detection and just narrowed down the area that I want the motion detection, so it doesn't pick up the chickens running past every 2 seconds. So yeah, and the alerts seemed to work, because when I came out of the garage and I was just walking out and locking the gate behind me, by the time I got over here to put the kettle on, I got an alert to say it had picked up something. And of course when I played it back, it was me leaving the actual that part of the allotment and shutting the gate behind me. And it basically captures that video. So cool. Like I said, it's only a 6 gig data sim. I don't know how long it's going to last, how much data it'll actually use, but it was a test for 15 quid. But the EE sim does work quite well. On a plus note, on this mobile that I'm using for doing the video recording, the 3 sim has 24 gig on it. And it's working in the mobile phone, so yeah, I suppose we can use it. We've paid for it, we might as well. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. Something slightly different, not too long to bore the pants off you, and yeah, it's just a way of keeping in touch. Stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way, and we'll see you in the next video, guys.